No, that's the HyperX Cast. Okay, there we go. Okay.
having our random conversations before we got started, but
Okay.
today is a special stream. Today is a special day. This stream, guys, I am choosing to bring awareness about men who choose to stay silent about the physical and verbal abuse trauma that they have gone through in the past, what they have to live with, and bring awareness to this because let's just face it, ladies and gentlemen, look at what look at what our generation and past generations have have turned about because of the way that all of us have been raised with be a man, man up, you're strong. They are basically what this is teaching our generation, what this is teaching our generation and the future generations of kids, teens, and young adults. This is setting a very bad example. And what I want to do is I want to be the first one to break the silence and educate many people. Now, I'm just going to say this now, screw statistics. That doesn't matter at this point. At this point, what matters is that we can get this message out to as many people as we can and show everybody that they do not have to live in fear of expressing their emotions and how they feel about everything that they have gone through, whether it be the physical and verbal abuse from women, other men, parents, whether it be from friends, bosses, etc. It doesn't matter. What matters is that we encourage each and every one of you, each and every one of you, to possibly, if you feel you can do it, if you feel you do have the strength to do it, to break the silence and finally come out with everything. Whether it be to a friend, whether it be to another friend that you trust, a family member, a peer, a teacher, whoever you feel the most comfortable with doing this for. Now, I myself, I myself definitely are a victim of this, and I can definitely say it hasn't been easy to deal with over the years. And I know some of you wouldn't understand it. I know a lot of you would. Now, I have the two I have two friends here today with me who are also going to be helping out as well. And I would like you all to give a round of appreciation for them as well. They both definitely do deserve it. The two good people in my life who I can definitely say ever since I've met them, I could definitely say they will still, to this day, be the best of my friends. And I don't think that's ever going to change. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to be doing here to break the silence, I'm going to be reading off a note that I read, well, that I personally wrote myself. And I'm going to admit this is not going to be an easy thing to do. Now, I'm going to tell you guys right now, if at some point I do break out in tears, these are real tears. These are because this means having to relive everything that I saw and went through. All right. Now, Gandalf and Becken, you guys are going to listen up because I'd like you all to know what's going on. Give me 1 second, guys. Hold on a second.
Um.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah. I shall. Relax. Uh.
I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, for the disruption. All right. Now, here it goes. All right, Jessica. I remember when you and Camille first showed up at the house to help take care of your mother. As as I recall, it was after the restraining order your mother had put in place against you for stabbing her twice. A truth of which you still deny ever had ever happened, but the hell that begun had only started when you and him officially gave up the apartment and started living with us. Those countless nights of 0 to 2 hours of sleep because of you and Cam arguing and physically fighting, even drawing knives when things would escalate further. The countless times you two would try and drag me in the middle, but it didn't matter in the end. As I go to work, tired and forced to chug energy drinks or 5 to 6 cups of coffee just to get my work done. But it only got worse from there. I remember those times you would take your anger out on me. The countless times I'd be used as a verbal and physical punching bag. The countless times your boyfriend would carelessly talk shit about me to you, whilst you both were in another room thinking I couldn't hear a goddamn word, being uttered in pure jealousy and the consistent threats to my face to either kill me or break my jaw because I chose to defend you when he would put his hands on you. And yes, you would defend me. But like a goddamn hypocrite, on your bad days, you would turn around and bully me. Those countless times you would talk shit to my face. I recall every word said, and those countless times you called me a faggot, trying to offend me, or tell everyone I'm too stupid or slow. As everything got worse, I remember those countless times at night in one of your moods, countless times in the winter. I'd be kicked out of the house in the middle of winter with cold, crude temperatures, having to call my uncle who countlessly, at times, would help you out with your mother as well, would have to come over and convince you to let me back in the house if I was lucky enough. And if not, I would walk around with him till he could manage to find a place for me to stay the night until the next day. After work, when I was let back in the house, you would apologize and do it all over again. The time you and your boyfriend, I'm sorry, the time your boyfriend put his hands around my neck over an argument at which I took your side. But to his own mistake, he triggered a traumatic episode from my past, and I snapped into a fight or flight response. Even after you pulled him off me, it was too late. As I pulled a knife in fear, you had you as I pulled a knife in fear, I had trapped him in the bathroom. In fear with the only person to snap me out of it, it was you. But that day my hero was Tag, who bit me, who bit me, who bit me my I'm sorry. Give me a second, guys. This is extremely hard to read. I apologize.
It's fine, my guy.
It's extremely hard to do. Now, Tag who had bit me, this was no mistake. Trying to stop me from the fight with your boyfriend that had started. But it was a reminder still to this day, never to let myself snap again. Now to stop here for a second, guys. This dog. This the dog's name was Tag, yes. Tag had bit me, but you know what? Yes, I said it. That dog is officially my hero. Because even though the dog left a scar on my hands, I still look at it every day. And it's still a reminder not to ever go that far again. I'm going to continue. Jessica, Despite all of your manipulation tactics, bullying, and taking advantage of someone who was so vulnerable and broken, despite the way you and your boyfriend have treated me, in all of the past, both of you have officially lost all of my respect. Last week, during a heated argument, you chose to take it another step further by putting your hands on me. For the last time, over a mix-up and a mistake made by my uncle. Jessica, despite the fact that my uncle and I have countlessly, at times, wiped your mother's ass countlessly, at times, have done our very best to help take care of her and sacrifice our time and energy to help out, and just out of the kindness of our hearts, even with your lack of respect for the both of us. I myself have chosen to forgive you, though many would probably disagree and say you deserve no forgiveness for your actions. But I have chosen to forgive you for me. I feel this is the only way. And that's the entire note. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I did go through this. And still to this day, it is a very traumatic experience, and it's not easy to talk about. I apologize. I have a little bit of tears right now.
It's fine, man. Let it go through.
It's the reason I chose to talk about this, guys, and the reason I chose to come out about this. I want to be the first one to break the silence. And I wanted to demonstrate this for each and every one of you. Because no man should ever fear living in silence about this kind of stuff. No one deserves to have to live like that. No one should ever live like that. I mean, Becken, I understand you have trauma too. And I know that's not an easy thing to have to live with. Gandalf, I'm not sure if you have any trauma yourself, but I know if you ever did have trauma, I know it probably would be very, very tough to live with. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as I have brought this to everybody's attention, I want you all to know that each and every one of you who are having to live with this, you all have my support. You have Gandalf's support. You have Becken's support as well. We all support each and every one of you. Whether or not you guys have the strength or the courage to break silence, at some point, I hope every single one of you can bring closure. And maybe even eventually break silence and talk about it. Whether it be a family member, a friend, a loved one, a spouse. I hope to God that you all can at least find the courage to do so. Because nobody deserves this kind of cruelty that is extremely hard to live with. I mean, I don't know how else to word it or even what to say. I mean, it's a cruel thing to have to go through. And what I'm asking for all of you watching, what I am asking is for each and every one of you to spread this message. Spread this message around as much as you guys can. Spread it around so that at least we can try and encourage everybody whether it be in the US or somewhere else in the world. I want to spread this message and encourage everybody possibly to try and come out and help themselves. And also get help too. Like I said, guys, this is a serious matter. A very serious matter that will continue to grow if we do not do something about it. If we don't do anything about it, it's just going to continue and it's going to get worse. And I mean it. Let me ask you all a serious question. What are we teaching future generations? What are we teaching kids who are so young and still don't know anything about this kind of stuff? What are we teaching teens? Teens in high school. What are we teaching them? Because they're so afraid to come out because maybe they've been bullied. Maybe they've been physically hurt. And they're too afraid to tell anybody. Truly, Gandalf, what do you think? What exactly are we really teaching them?
Nothing good, that's for sure.
I mean, what about the young adults who even to this
Well,
day are still having to live with it?
I mean, just like you, people may be afraid to speak out because of maybe,
Could be fear
well,
or just intimidation.
yeah. I
I
mean, I
mean,
Well,
nobody.
I
was,
want to state this right now, and everybody, I've been keeping my tongue for a little while because I muted myself so that I could work on something while doing all of this. So just keep in mind that I'm here. Okay, so first of all, I want to say this right now. While we are teaching, don't get me wrong, we are teaching the children something good. Otherwise, school would be completely unprofessional, uneducational, and absolutely worthless. But you are completely right, because nowadays I have seen more than one male friend has come to me saying that according to a female person, they apparently raped them without even laying a hand on them. Which is a problem in school nowadays, where little girls think they know what rape is. When they
Exactly.
don't.
Exactly. And this is definitely a serious problem. And it will continue if nothing is done.
Like, I'm going to be completely honest, I think that more people should come out with this. Because, while, yes, females are the ones that get raped the most, however, in prisons, males get raped as much, if not more, than females. Okay, first, and also, I know prisons are there to punish. Okay, first of all, this is America. I'm mostly, and England maybe some parts of Europe have in Norway we don't have that cruel of a detention system, but in America, there is it doesn't just happen to females, and females can rape a male. People, who the fuck said they couldn't? Like, I'm sick and
Exactly.
tired of... Like, I heard a girl say that once. And that pissed me off. I was raped when I was a child. People!
Exactly. Exactly. That is what we are saying, people. Everybody should not be afraid to come out with this kind of stuff. I mean, I don't want to see something like this continue. Because if it does continue, what's going to happen to our generation? What's going to happen to the future one? And this isn't just a message for the younger generation. This is also a message for the generation before us. This is a message for adults too. You guys don't have to be afraid to come out.
Can I cut
You
out and
don't.
say something to you guys? Everybody, I want to, okay. Midge, I respect what you just said, and I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I need to say this. My dad and me, while being on a great relationship, he doesn't know that I am bisexual. Why is the reason why I haven't told him? Well, he's a biker. Everybody here knows what a biker is. right? Like,
Yes.
yeah. So you know that they have sometimes they're against homosexuals a lot of the time, and they don't like to deal with that sort of shit, and I get that. And the reason why I never told my dad is because he's shown homophobic tendencies in the past, which means while you like sometimes you have to sacrifice certain things. I will never tell my dad. I have come to the realization that shall never tell my dad unless I get a boyfriend, unless I get a boyfriend. Like
And that is
seriously.
and that I can respect that, Beckon. I can definitely respect that.
And if
It's
my dad fucking decides to throw me out or be like, "No, you're not on my side," first of all, I will not only forget about him, I will firebomb his house. That's I
no.
not literally.
No, not literally, but ladies and gents, no. We don't encourage violence,
I am. I might
especially
punch
among
him.
the
I
three of
might
us.
punch him because
I mean, yeah,
yeah.
that's respectable, but even so, even on this channel, ladies and gentlemen, despite all the stuff that all three of us tend to say, whether we're
We
making
aren't
jokes,
always literal. We aren't always
yeah,
serious about it. It like
no,
firebomb his house is a joke from a video when I watched. I not as a kid. I don't
even so.
remember.
But even so, nonetheless, guys, we're all human. We are definitely all human. We all have our own experiences. Some of us have trauma, some of us don't. But nonetheless, we are all human. And I feel it's a right. I feel it's a right to speak up about all this. I feel it's definitely a right. I mean, take a look at the Amber Heard trial. I mean,
Oh my
that
god.
was that was a big deal when it happened. And I'll be honest too myself. I was speechless when I heard what happened to Johnny Depp, and I definitely give him my respect for even having the courage to come out because I know some of that may not have been easy. I know a
I'm
lot of it. I know a lot of it. He had to really try and keep composure at some parts.
I want to actually get something off my chest. I've been actually meaning to share something about this entire. I mean, I'm not going to focus on the trial. Uh, Amber Heard. Uh, First of all, the fact. Okay, I hate. Okay, Johnny Depp, Jim Carrey, and Christopher Lee are three of the god-tier human beings that I consider to be up there as the best human beings that has ever lived. You may
I can definitely agree with that.
Yeah, because
Definitely.
first of all, Jim Carrey is a legend. Christopher Lee was a god. I hate that he died because I wish he'd lived forever. He's just such a god tier man. And Johnny Depp. Well, I grew like unlike most people in this call. I think I don't remember how old you guys are. I grew up with Johnny Depp
Of course,
watching him in
I did as
Pirates of the
well.
Caribbean. I love that man. And knowing that he basically got ousted from the fucking uh, Crimes of Grindelwald movies and the new Pirates 6.
Well, the fact that he got ousted from ever being a movie producer, I mean, that is definitely a terrible thing.
Yeah,
And I know for a fact he's not I know for a fact he probably doesn't have as much respect for the people who ousted him like that, which he didn't deserve that. The fact that people go based on hearsay or even stuff like that. I mean, it is outrageous that that kind of stuff happens. Now, I know some of you are probably just going to assume that what I'm doing is a publicity stunt or to get views. That is not the case. I
um,
care less about I care less about views or stuff like that. What I'm doing, I'm not doing this to represent all men. I'm doing this because I actually care. And so do Gandalf and Beckon. We all care.
I was raped, people. Okay, Like, it's not something I can joke about, let alone fucking be like. I just get pissed off whenever I hear males can't get raped. And I know people say that, no, nobody ever says that, but I've heard someone say it directly to my face. And I've seen it in YouTube videos where
I mean,
grown human beings say it.
I mean,
Which,
I've been told at times to man up, and that's not right. That's not right for somebody to have to say to you, especially
you don't tell females to man up. I mean, obviously, but you don't tell females to do something similar, do you? Do
no
you?
one does. No one does. No one ever does. I mean, that's not right.
Like,
I mean, I could even definitely say females should definitely have the right to come out about breaking silence when it comes to stuff like this too. I respect that. I can definitely say I respect that.
I wish there was a way for us to determine what's the truth and what isn't the truth nowadays. Because there's so many liars that lie about trauma and lie about the fact that they went through shit and lied about,
Of
well,
course,
yeah,
I mean, I've witnessed stuff like that too, and it's it's not a good thing to lie about because it's a serious problem, and it always has been since. I mean, I can definitely say at 28 years old, growing up, I've been living with this kind of stuff for a long time. I do have other trauma as well, but I don't really talk much about it because at the time I just don't feel comfortable talking about it. But ladies and gentlemen, Gandalf, Becken, and to everybody else out there, all of my friends and family, this is I can definitely say this is the first time I've ever come out with this kind of stuff or even told anybody about any of this.
you know,
It's
I
it's
get
still
that.
not easy it's still not easy to talk about, but I hope I hope eventually when the time does come that I can finally talk about the rest of what I went through. I know I've only ever told some of what I've been through. I mean, I've openly talked about the fact that I've been on the streets before twice.
What
I
does
mean,
that mean? On the streets before twice? I don't understand. What? Sorry, a bit of a confusion by me.
hold on a sec. Kaido architect, yeah, that I can understand. Definitely does it definitely does trigger people. It's it's definitely a serious trigger, but it's and
Um,
at times at times it does make you feel the need to hold your breath and hope to God you can either get through it or it just automatically passes over. And I can definitely say I can definitely tell you I hope I pray for a lot of people that it does eventually get easier to live with. I mean, yeah, I can definitely agree. Mr. Hyde does come out at times, and then people and a person and a person does get all shitty, but nevertheless, no one should have to live like that at all. It's not right.
living in the shadows. I believe
Is
there's a old Greek, not Greek, maybe Greek, wording for it. But seriously, I am sick and tired of having to hide myself and my true. I was terrified when I originally came out and as bisexual. People,
I
sincerely.
mean I mean, I'll be honest, even at times when I lived at that house, I'm gonna say this openly, not to offend anybody, not the and this is not funny either. This is definitely serious, even at times, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely going to say this because this is the honest to God truth. I've I've even been called the derogatory word for a black person. Yes, I've been called I have been called the N-word openly to my face
Wait, are you
to other people.
what?
By other people, I've been called that. And I'm not joking either.
Um, that's dumb. As far as I know, you are Caucasian.
Well, there is a small percentage. There is also a small percentage in my family too. One side of my family definitely, yes, are African American.
Oh, okay. So, secondly, the N word. I want to say this right now. While, yes, I believe that the black people. Okay, I want to say this right now, and I think this is stupid, and I want people to stop fucking doing this. The black. Sorry. Not the black. The N word. That's the reason why I call it the N word and not saying the word, because if you say the word, you get what I
Yes.
mean. Like, but the
Yes.
N word should be stricken from our history books, people. No,
Well,
I don't care what black people say that we took back the N word from the white people. The negative meaning still remains, people.
while I do somewhat agree with that statement, I don't think we should have it stricken from history as it is as what it does teach history. It does teach history, but what it teaches us not to repeat the same mistakes. It teaches us not to repeat past mistakes. We should not we should always educate the younger generation, the older generation as well. And I'm going to say this personally too as well. Give me 1 second on that. Kaido architect, the people that say I can use this word but you can't are gatekeeping hypocrite losers. Yes, I can definitely agree. Though I wouldn't say that. I would just say the people who say that kind of stuff, who say that kind of hurtful stuff are definitely, I can definitely openly say this. Those types of people are ignorant. Though I don't necessarily say I would blame them 100%, though I would blame the way they grew up, the way they were raised. Because it's it's not a good thing. I know for I can definitely understand, guys, that racism is never going to die down. It's never going to.
No, it's going to evolve.
And yes. Yes, it's definitely going to evolve. It's going to keep evolving. It's never going to leave. But at the very least, what we can do, we can encourage and maybe educate people. Yes, maybe even educate them. And definitely say, ladies and gentlemen, we should stop. We need to stop using this kind of language. I mean, yes, I can understand comedic value and the casual, funny, racist jokes. I mean, yes, that's funny. I can understand that some people do get offended by stuff like that. I can tell you guys, despite the jokes, despite all of that, I can definitely tell you guys, racism is wrong. It's not okay, and it's not funny. The one thing you guys will never hear me use in the dictionary, in my dictionary. I will never use that word because I personally think it's wrong.
I'm gonna
I mean,
I'm gonna confess something. I have used the N-word in the past. I know, shocker. But mostly for comedic value among my white friends, which like just for jokes value. First of all, it's just a dumb word, and it's always works as a shock. I don't mean it to be like the way that I am being taught is that using the N-word while you're amongst friends which you trust and that trust you, using the N-word isn't racist. The N-word itself isn't racist, it's the way you use it. And that's
exactly.
what we need to teach the people. Because
that is
you can
what
say
we
the
need
N-word,
to.
just don't say it near a what's the
African American, yes.
African American or black person. I call him black because first of all, black is a fine term. You shouldn't be shit on for using the term black. I'm sorry. I just need to say
I
it.
mean, I use African American mainly just because it's a little more professional, but to each its own. But anyways, yes, I agree with what you're saying, Becken. We need to educate people on this because there's just way too many people out there who say so much disgusting language, as I would call it, as I would say. It sounds disgusting. It really does. I mean,
Yeah.
I can definitely say I can't seem to count how many times I've been in lobbies as a gamer, in Call of Duty lobbies or in any other lobby where I've heard a little kid say stuff like that, whether or not a person is black or white, and or any other ethnicity. I mean, I've heard such disgusting language, but I always often have to wonder what who who exactly is teaching these kids,
YouTube.
even teens?
Like the
Well,
internet is teaching that. I'm sorry. There's a reason why parents like. I think that maybe not.
A Kaido architect, education can't fix stupidity. Stupidity is a neurological condition. I disagree. I disagree strongly. Education
What
may
did he
not be able
say?
to fix
Did he say?
education may not be able to 100% fix stupidity, but at least educating people, at least educating people,
I mean,
at least if you educate somebody, at least they'll understand
I mean,
in what terms they're using such language.
there's a lot of okay. Women feels entitled to do. Okay, that's a bit disrespectful to say, but women a lot nowadays feel a lot entitled. First of all, because feminism is a thing and it's becoming worse and worse. You don't see something like what is it, maleism? I don't know what the fuck to call it, but basically, you only see the extremes of one of the sex. I mean, sure, we have the KKK that exists, and that and bikers and outlaws. However, there's bad on every front, people. You
There
can't.
definitely is.
Yeah, you can't just say that. Oh, this race is worse than that. You could call white people colonizers, even though Scandinavians never colonized shit, and most of Europe didn't. So
Exactly. I
yeah,
can I mean I mean I don't know how to feel about all this, to be honest. I mean, it just seems like what I'm starting to notice is just
people get
a
more and
lot
more
of
angry.
these it just seems like nowadays it's just getting so much more worse out there. I mean, not only do we have such ignorance and bigotry out there, but now we've got school shootings, gang wars, etc. We've got a lot of this out there. I mean,
Okay,
I can't even watch the news anymore
no, I stopped
because this
watching the
stuff is
news.
getting
I never. Okay, I want to say this right now. I listened to the news with my grandfather when I was a child, and I find it nightmarish. It's genuinely a nightmare to listen to. I want to lay something on you guys, and this is something that I've been dealing with recently. I have a work colleague that has a radio that is blasting music and the news, and I genuinely hate him. Not hate him. I don't hate him. That's wrong.
I would say hate is a strong word, but dislike.
That's a strong dislike. And like when somebody like that does that, just put in a like. I have a best friend at work, and we talk all the time. We talk about everything. We talk about Doom. We're great friends. We're great friends. I mean, that's why best friend comes in, and we have to listen to his radio bullshit. So I'm gonna take shit into my own hands, basically. Don't worry, I'm not gonna do anything extreme. I'm just gonna buy him a Bluetooth radio thing for 250 kr, which is like nothing.
Exactly. Exactly, Beck, and that is definitely demonstrating it demonstrates solving a problem directly without violence.
My bosses don't want to do anything about it in case anybody in the comment section is just like, no, but why did you bring up the bosses? The bosses are there to fix that sort of... I tried to 2 weeks ago. Nothing's happened. The bosses don't care.
And that, yeah, definitely, I can say, Becken, that is definitely a good demonstration of what it means to actually solve a problem without violence. We don't need violence, or we don't need people to just walk up to each other and just decide to be rude about such things. I mean, I can definitely say I used to work at a grocery store, and I left that job for a number of reasons. One of them being I definitely got a hell of a lot of verbal abuse from my boss. And I can definitely say, people, anybody who definitely does go through that kind of stuff at work, you guys don't deserve to go through that. I mean, if you're working hard, and your coworkers are even telling you you're doing a good job, that shows right there what kind of appreciation you get. And I can definitely commend you for all the hard work that you even do, whether it be a job at a restaurant, whether it be a job in whether it being a job at a restaurant, grocery store, retail, etc. I mean, I'm going to tell you guys right now, if your boss or anybody who is verbally abusing you or even starting to send out threats towards you, speak up about it. Do not be afraid to speak up. No one deserves to go through that. I can definitely say, respect. The thing I have about respect as a moral, it is earned, it is not given out freely. I would definitely say, speak up about it. Do not stay silent. Never stay silent, because otherwise, what are you solving if this problem is not taken care of? All this is demonstrating is that it's not going to lead to anything good if we continue to demonstrate silence. We don't need that. We don't need this. We don't need that on this planet anymore. Look at what we've got right now. We've got Ukraine being attacked by Russia, and I'm praying to God it doesn't get any worse than that. I'm praying to God that no other countries have to go to war over this. I mean, I'm not saying we should all just get in a bonfire circle and start singing Kumbaya. No. What I'm saying is,
now that'd be funny.
I mean, don't get me wrong, that would be nice. It would be funny, but nevertheless, we all need to band together and support each other. We need a community. We need to clean it up and start doing better and setting a better example for each other. Follow or even lead by example. We need to start doing something about this, guys. And this right here, what we've got going on right now, I can definitely say is a good example. This is a start. But the real question is, what are each and every one of you willing to do about this? What are you guys willing to do to help out? What can you do? What are you able to do? What I want to know is, are we going to be ready to actually clean this shit up? I mean, Becken, what do you think? Do you think that anything is at this point going to get better? Because I at least want to try.
Seriously? You're asking me if... Okay. Everybody listen up. The world itself looks like it is quite garbage right now. Because... okay, I want to say this right now. While... I want to make everybody hear me out on this. Because... While, yes, there are screaming girls on TikTok that is just like, oh, fuck you, you touched me up and stuff like that. First of all, that is a minority of the human race. So don't worry about those. Those people will eventually get faded out or get thrown into an insane asylum, not because of anything wrong they've done, or they will realize their mistake and they will fix it. Like, most of those people makes mistakes, like you and me. That's the entire thing.
Yes. Yes, Gandalf. Yes. I mean, sorry. I apologize. Beckon, yes. We all make mistakes. But it's whether or not we learn from those mistakes is what matters. That is what matters the most. The thing is, guys, growing up, I've realized something. I've realized that I believe there are no right or wrong choices. There are only choices, but those choices teach us lessons. They teach every one of us lessons. And it's what you take from those lessons that matters. Always remember that, guys. Because growing up, I guarantee you, we're even to this day, we're all still gonna make mistakes. I mean, I know middle-aged people who still make mistakes to this day. But still, the mindset to keep is the mindset to keep and the question to ask yourselves, what did I learn from this? Gandalf, you've been quiet. What do
Well,
you think?
yeah, I've just been listening to you. I don't really have any trauma, so I was kind of. I do agree with you. I do agree with both of you. I just didn't really have anything to talk about in this particular conversation.
And that's understandable, but Gandalf, nevertheless, thank you for being here, dude. Me and Beckon really do appreciate it. I know you've been I know you've been the quiet mouse in the corner, but definitely, we appreciate you being here.
No, it's fine.
I
I
mean,
understand.
ladies and gents, Gandalf and Beckon, these two, I know you guys don't always see me stream with Beckon because we had a bit of an issue that happened in the past, but it's okay. I still play with Beckon. I still play with Gandalf. And you know what? I want to say this now. For the lot of you that have stuck around for my channel, I'm going to say this now. I appreciate every one of you who've been supporting, who've been the support. I mean, I know I may not come off as somebody who struggles a lot. I can definitely even say too. Hold on a second, Christmas Blitz. Thank you, Blitz. I can definitely, I appreciate that. I can definitely say, Blitz, you're, I can definitely say that about you as well. I, and to the rest of the community who's been here since I very first started this channel too, thank you all for continuing to stick around despite, despite the shit show that my channel can be at times. Despite the cringy stuff I say. I appreciate everything you guys do. And I'm not going to forget about that. I never will. Gandalf, Beckon, thank you guys for all the support that you do give. I mean, I could definitely say this has always been something that I've always wanted to do. I'm not going to lie. I couldn't see myself doing some boring desk job. It would feel a dead end. It really would. But thank you guys again. I really do appreciate it. And Gandalf and Beckon, I want to thank you guys today for for attending this stream with me today. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I don't know if I would have had the strength I don't know if I would have had the strength to do this on my own. I mean, you guys, especially each and every one of my friends on Discord and Steam, you guys definitely do help me hold it together, especially when it gets rough. I mean, Gandalf, by the way, Gandalf, How are you doing with that injury? Because I wanted to ask you and check on you about that.
Well, it's been good. I mean, I can walk.
Thank God you can walk.
Everything's went back to normal. I mean, I'm a little bit shorter now, but it'll be fine.
Just you wait, Gandalf, because I'm gonna tell you right now, as you get old and you start to shrink and shrivel, you're gonna become a midget too.
Hey, I'm still 190. Shut up.
You see, ladies and gentlemen,
Wow.
this is us. This is
Wow.
us as individuals. This is what we do, despite
Okay, tiny
dis,
man.
despite getting on
Little
each
guy.
other's despite getting on each other's nerves, shitting on each other. Regardless, we're all friends. We all love each other. This is what we do. But this is what I want to see as a community, guys. This is what I want to see demonstrated. Just people getting along as much as possible. I know that's not 100% going to happen with every single person on the planet,
Nope.
but I at least want to see I want to see society go in a more respective direction. I at least want to see people at least try and demonstrate what we all try to do. I know it's not easy. I know we all can't get along 100%, but one thing we can do that I can definitely say is even if you don't like somebody, I can definitely tell you the best way that you can handle such a thing, demonstrate a boundary, and just, if you have to, block a person on social media, cut them off, block their number, do what you
Okay.
have to.
I used to
But
have two friends that used to be very, very, like, first of all, Midget, I told you about the situation with my ex. So, yeah, and how
yeah,
that, and
which Beckon, I could definitely commend you for that. That I know that wasn't easy.
no, it was a long conversation. Like everybody, if you guys don't understand, I broke up with my ex because of I had some stuff that like it was mental health and it was making me depressed being with her. Not because of anything she did, mind you guys. It's just that I couldn't stand it anymore. And I used to have friends that used to give me the same feeling, and that's why I wanted to run away. And yeah, it's sort of that
And
situation. So
and of course, I understand people do go through that where they feel the need to run away from things. I know that's not healthy, and I know eventually I know there are people still to this day who deal with such things like this. To all of you out there who do deal with this, I hope each and every one of you do manage to find closure and or manage to face your demons head on. It's it's a huge struggle. Even even growing up in these past 28 years, through some of it, I still have some things that even today, I'll admit, guys, I mean, I still have a couple of things that even to this day I still run from because I'm not ready to deal with it yet. And you know what? I will eventually face whatever demons I'm dealing with at this point in time. But I'm going to tell each and every one of you, you're not alone on this. You are definitely not alone. Even if you don't have somebody that you can come to, if there is somebody in the community that you feel you can talk to, whether it be a stranger, I'd say I think we should have a community that can talk about this kind of stuff with each other. I think we should build a community together and definitely as a whole talk about this kind of stuff. I mean, Gandalf and Beckon, do we not have a community for this? Because I know for a fact it's not always easy for people to get access to speaking with a therapist because, well, financial means aren't
no.
always easy. I know
And
some
also some psychiatrists are really shit, and like that is
I
just the truth. Like first of all, I've heard some people say that you have to go through 5 or 6 psychiatrists to find a good psychiatrist that you will like. Like, one out of those 6 people will be somebody. So, before anybody, first of all, if you have a friend, it is a lot more easier to talk to them about the situation. Because they are the ones that will let you feel better. And I feel like it's better to talk about that. However, getting professional help could be worth it. I just have not had a good run with it at all, myself personally, and my best friend hasn't had a good run with it either.
I mean, I've had my. I remember. I don't exactly recall because my memory isn't exactly always the best. I believe at about 18, as I can recall, I had my first experience in a hospital where I stayed because I was going through suicidal thoughts and or tendencies back in high school. I mean, this was my first year. I don't know if this was 18, 16. I don't exactly recall, but I had my first experience. I stayed 2 weeks, and I'll be honest, I had to fake like I was getting better because I couldn't handle being there. And it wasn't because I was around people. I felt like it wasn't helping. I mean, the one I went to, they had bars on the windows. They didn't even allow you to be yourself. They didn't allow you to be yourself and use what language you feel you need to express your emotions.
None of this
I mean,
surprises me. This is really funny because, like, no, I'm not laughing at what.
no,
It's just
no,
that
I understand.
Recently, I found out in Japan there's a man that uses electroshock therapy to get people to stop being addicted to the fucking internet. Okay, and he still roams fucking China. Okay, it's
We're not going to name off any names, but yes, we'll say that. But I can definitely say people that kind of treatment doesn't. No, it's not going to help.
If you're a
What
parent
now?
down there that think that is a good idea, just stop. It eats your fucking brain.
I can
Alright?
definitely tell you
Thank
the
you.
best way to, guys, the best way to demonstrate some kind of addiction to the internet, I can definitely say I know people are not going to be able to speak up and admit they have an addiction to the internet. I know the internet's been a big thing ever since it first sprouted. I can definitely say, guys, for those of you who know people with an addiction to the internet, try to get them some help. Try to help them demonstrate some form of discipline. If you have to. If you have to for the good of their mental health, you know, try to help them deal with it because I know an addiction to the internet can. I mean, I didn't even know that it was a thing that you could be addicted to the internet.
I don't think it's a thing. I just like we're talking China here, midget. Okay, like I don't think.
I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt, but I have some stuff to do. It's pretty late, so I'm gonna be going.
All right, man. We'll see you around.
Gandalf, if you have
Y'all,
to go, feel free. It's okay. But thank you for attending and showing the support, my guy.
anytime, man.
I mean,
All right.
definitely. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, while we're at it too, there is something that each and every one of you can do. And this will definitely help. This stream is only going to be up for a certain duration of the time. I don't know how long this stream usually stays up for, but while this stream is up, spread the word. Spread the word about this stream. Show this to your friends, family, peers, anybody that you can show this to, because we want to get this message out to as many people as possible. We want to get the message out and demonstrate to people that they can speak up, that they shouldn't be afraid, that they're not alone. I know some of it can be triggering, but we at least want to try to help as many as we can. We want to try to help out and hopefully get this message out, whether or not anybody resides in the U.S. dealing with trauma from physical or even verbal abuse. I mean, I want to see people either come out with it, whether it be public whether it be to a friend, family, anybody they can trust. Whether or not it be one of us, one of your favorite streamers, whether it be just somebody, I want to see I want to see the world at least be somewhat of a better place. That's what I want to see. Because as a community, as a community of gamers and non-gamers, we all deserve some sort of closure. Whether or not we get it now or later. That's I want to see us all do something good. I want to see us get better as a whole. I
Thanks,
mean,
Midge. Sorry, there's a friend of mine that messaged me on the stream. He said, "Find a hobby that takes you away from online." Guys, can I recommend something for you, everyone, to do in your life? This is not me telling you to do something. This is something I recommend, and this is peaceful. And this is something I recommend. Go outside, like once a day, maybe. Take a maybe not once a day. Like working out when you're an adult is. I don't work out personally. I haven't worked out since 2 months ago, 3 months ago. And I don't work out now. And the only reason why I worked out back then is, like, I just recommend people to work out, to work on your body and your health. If you have friends, go out on the city, have a drink, talk to them. If you only have friends online, I understand that. I
even
had
even
that problem for a long time.
I mean even I mean even I mean exactly what Becken is saying. Go outside, whether you're with friends or not. Go outside, get some fresh air, and I mean, if there are and I have to say, I mean, if you're not able to do that because of climate, I mean, I know in some countries the climate can be very cold, either that or it can be very hot
Yeah,
or
it
warm.
could be
If
Egypt.
you, I mean, if you're not able to do so because you might have a physical disability,
I get it.
I understand. You may not be able to go outside, or you might have a difficulty getting outside. I
If you
mean,
have two fine legs and you can walk, take a hike. Walk for 10 minutes a day. It will do you wonders. It does it for me. When I decide to take a walk, hell, after this stream, I might even take a walk. I don't fucking know. Yeah, I haven't thought about it. I don't know yet. I might. I might.
I mean, I would love to do it myself. Unfortunately,
I mean, I need
I'm
to
not
take a.
able to because the temp. I mean, I'd love to, but unfortunately, the
Are you
temperatures
from
out
Arizona?
here.
Aren't you
What's
from
up?
Arizona? Arizona?
I'm no, I'm actually in. I actually am originally from Chicago. I now live in a suburb right now, but the temperature out here is at least over 100 degrees.
Okay, so Central America, fair enough. Oh, Central.
Give
Sorry,
me,
US of A. US of A. Fuck.
ladies and gentlemen, give me one quick second.
Yes.
I will be right back in just a jip.
Yep. I will keep them company. Now, everybody, I
Yes,
want
keep in
to.
company. Yes,
Yeah.
and of course, guys, listen to Becken too. He is actually he might sound brain dead, funny, but still, he is very well educated. I can definitely say that.
um. Sure, I'm maybe a little bit brain dead funny. Now, I wanna get a couple of things off my chest. Guys, it's like okay, bullying and stuff okay. So there's a couple of things like now most of the bullies you probably have met during your life is probably male. Now that may be wrong. I may be wrong. I've been wrong before, but there's a good chance that most people that you meet that are indeed bullies have been male. Now, or this might be the common occurrence. Now, if that certainly does happen to you, that is the. I mean, bullies are stereotypically male. I feel like that's engaging in a stereotype, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, yeah, and basically bullies. They. I mean, I don't know how to describe it. If a bully punches and kicks you and stuff like that. I mean, teachers aren't always going to care. The teachers, depending on your region of the world, the teachers might care or they might care. Hell, if
All
you're
right,
from
I'm
yeah,
back.
yeah.
Christmas Blitz, Midget, I'm gonna head off Twitch for now. I hope you have a good time. I hope you're doing all right. See ya. Have a good one. Thank you, Blitz. Definitely, dude, I will have a good one. And of course, I will be all right. I even at times, even when I struggle, I mean, it's not going to be easy, but even so, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Everyone, I want to give a shout out to Christmas Blitz because he's definitely a cool guy. He is one of my friends that I definitely met on the Siege server. I mean, he's cool. But
Fair.
anyways, continue, Beckon.
I was talking about bullies and how they
Yes,
are a
yes,
part of the like one of the things to deal with bullies is usually to just walk away, which but there's always the opportunity that you won't be able to walk away like I did when I was a kid. Like I got punched in the
yes.
face a lot. It
I
happened.
mean, I can definitely agree.
Cyber
I
bullies, just block them, guys. Come on, it can't be that hard unless they're family. Just block them.
Well, even so, even here's the thing, guys. I will say this. I can give my take on that as well because I've had my experience on that too. Bullies, I've dealt with some myself. I dealt with some in grade school. I mean, I'll be honest, guys. Growing up in grade school, I was definitely afraid to be bullied. And I'm gonna come out with this myself because I feel like I should definitely do this. In grade school, as I was extremely afraid to be bullied, I definitely I definitely pretended to be one just because I was too afraid. Because as somebody who's 5'3", or at least shorter than that, I was ignorant. I was definitely ignorant when I was a kid, as we all are when we're young. And I will definitely come out with this right now. Daniel, if at some point, I don't know if you're ever going to see this stream, but if you do, man, I know I have come out with you and apologized in the past before, but I am sorry for what I did to you, man. Out of
Um,
fear, out of fear, I should have continued to stand up for you, but I guess when you're young, you tend to do stupid things. And learning my lesson from that, the lesson I've learned is just because somebody's different, there is no need to bully them. There is no need. Daniel, I apologize for that. You did not deserve that, neither from me or from the others who treated you that way.
yep.
I can definitely say, Daniel, I don't know what you're doing right now, where you are, whether you're married or not, single, it doesn't matter. You're, I hope you're doing well. I don't know if whether or not what happened, how it affected you, my guy, but I hope you're doing all right. I can definitely just say, I can definitely say you deserve the best. You definitely do. You definitely are a good person. And yes, Beckon, I wanted to come out with that because I felt like
No,
that.
please go on.
Now, guys, as for bullying, if it's somebody in real life bullying you, I can tell you right now, if you have the opportunity, do not let your pride, do not let your pride get in the way. Walk away if you have to. Because yes, what Beckon said, not 100% of the time teachers will do anything about it. It doesn't always happen.
Hmm.
I mean, for teachers, for some of them, yes, they will do something about it and stand up. Not all the time they will. Not all the time a teacher's going to be present. But walk away if you can. If you're not able to walk away and they back you into a corner, if you have to, this is a last resort. Stand up for yourself. Do not, do not let that person push you around, bully you, or treat you like crap because you don't deserve that.
No one
No
does.
person, No one does. No one deserves to be disrespected in any way like that.
Nope.
I
And if
mean, I
somebody
can
fucking
definitely.
disrespects you and are in your face, you fucking confront them about it. You tell them how you feel. Because if
And
you
if that.
don't, it will get so much worse and they will keep on walking over you. Okay, there's a thing that my dad fucking teach me when I was a kid. No, when I went to high school, is that if people are bullying you, punch the big kid in the face. But then
Now,
they
I
will
wouldn't.
never do it again.
Now, see, I wouldn't always encourage violence. Violence is always, as I would say, a last resort.
Most of the time, yes.
Most of the time, yes. But if you have to, if you don't have a choice, it doesn't matter whether or not you win or lose the fight. What matters is that you stood up for yourself. That is what matters. That is what matters.
I mean,
That matters.
most bullies are not gonna back down for especially if they're guys. I mean, I know they're female bullies, but they aren't exactly towering over you, being mean. Like
Now,
there are more male bullies than there are female bullies, and and girl bullies are more verbal than they are physical. The guy
now,
bullies are typically very physical, bullying towards you.
now, I can definitely say, even through grade school, I was bullied by females. I mean, I wasn't exactly the brightest kid in grade school, but I mean, who really is? Not all of us are the brightest.
It's
I
grade
mean,
school. You're not supposed to be. You're supposed to be a stupid fucking grade school.
I mean, nah, I'd say yes and no 50-50 on that, but I can
you're not
definitely
supposed to be Tony
say
Stark.
now, I can definitely tell you I was actually bullied by a group of women in grade school because I chose to be brave on Valentine's Day. I don't know what was going through my mind. I don't know. I feel like I feel like in grade school I was probably mentally I was a lot more mature than I was supposed to be in grade school. I grew up the courage and tried to give a Valentine to a girl just because I thought, why not take the shot? Take the shot, ladies and gentlemen. Whether or not a girl says yes or no, take that shot. You miss because every opportunity that you miss that goes by is something that either you may or may not regret, even if you don't, still, regardless, take the shot. Because you never know what's gonna happen. As for the bullies, like I said, violence is always a last resort. Pray that you never have to go that far. A philosophy that I live by that my mother taught me is is do not do not start the fight, but finish it. That that is a that's a good philosophy to live by, though I don't like confrontation. I don't like to confront people, but it's always a last resort. Do not start the fights, people. Finish them if you have no choice.
Don't be the
Now,
bully, and if you are the bully, fuck you.
no, I wouldn't say if you're the bully, fuck you. I would say for anybody who is a bully, I would say don't do it. Because I've seen a lot of people. I've seen a lot of people through grade school, even high school. I've seen some people I've seen some people who have gone through a lot of traumatic experiences. Some of them who actually were pushed to the brink of suicide because they were too afraid to speak up about it. Because they were too afraid that the bully was going to beat them harder if they spoke up about it. Ladies and gents, we don't need to bully each other. I understand if you might be going through some stuff and you feel like you need to take that anger and aggression out on people. No, that's not the way.
The best way is to talk about it, to let
Yes.
out your emotions and talk. Okay, every single school comes provided with a school counselor. This counselor is there to help you, and they are there to further children's minds. That's why they're there. So please, if this is a school matter, you get a free therapist that you can talk to. Call the school counselor. Go
now,
to them.
even if you don't have a school counselor, guys, even if you don't, find somebody you can talk to. Do not let this kind of aggression bottle up. When this kind of aggression bottles up, it doesn't help. It's not gonna get any better. Speak up about it, whether it's something that's going on at home or something that's going on in your social life that you don't feel comfortable talking about with somebody else. Find somebody. Find somebody who, whether or not they're a stranger, male or female, try your hardest to find somebody to talk to about it. Even if you don't trust a school counselor is going to help, try and find somebody. Because you don't deserve to go through this. No one does. Whether you're a bully or not. Because I know for a fact, and this is definitely a true fact, a lot of the times, bullies are people who are possibly going through something, and the only way that they know how to deal with it is to bully somebody else. I mean, this has been a well-known fact. Guys, I can definitely say try and get some help with it. Because I think the cycle of bullying needs to stop. Say that again?
I need to... Bullying... Now, I'm not a very violent person. In fact, I don't do violence.
I agree.
Unless I'm playing... Okay, there's all fair game when you're playing competitive games. Then it's fine to be a bit violent and rowdy because it's competitive games. I mean, unless you are intentionally rude, but you could be like, "Ha, I'm going to fuck you up, sir." You know, you could be like that. You could be like that. You're going to get absolutely ruffled, motherfucker. You know, you can do that. You can do that. That's humor. That is comedic, like, competitive spirit. You know, that is a good competitive spirit.
And that's another thing, ladies and gentlemen. That's another thing I need to address. I've started to notice that there's a lot of people nowadays who get offended by a lot of stuff. I can understand that.
Oh my god.
I can understand that some things you can find offensive. I can understand, but if you feel like you're getting offended because somebody's saying something, walk away. Walk away. That's the best thing you can do.
I need to interject here, and I need to say this because this just came up to me, and fuck, man. Okay, you people out there that think it's okay, like that has nothing to do with gays or... Okay, people that think that they should defend things that they do not understand, first of all, please stop and think before you decide to just defend something that you have nothing to do with or don't know anything about. Like there's a reason why I usually pull out of conversations and calls whenever I have nothing to do with the conversation. I can't think about anything to do with it. That's why I don't usually take part in it. But sometimes I say stupid shit. I mean, I say stupid shit nowadays. But literally, guys, like, okay, I've seen so many people defend gays that don't even know what gays are about, or they have defended transgenders, even though, well, and some people defend fucking people that call themselves like, I don't know what the fuck to call it, because they like to be called it or by something else specifically, and I just think to myself, well, it confuses the fuck out of me, and I will never call a human being it. I know that
Now,
sounds rude to some people, but I don't care. It's not rude. It's just dumb, in my opinion. I think
well,
it's dumb. I know that it isn't, but I think it's dumb.
well, I can definitely say to each its own, to each its own. As I always say, people respect somebody else's opinion, even if you disagree with it, because everybody has their own way of life, their own philosophy, their own opinions.
Can we tease? Can we? Okay, this is gonna sound dumb, but okay.
There
If
are no
there's
dumb
any
ideas,
no,
Tekken.
if there is any teachers out there, can or principals, if there's any principals out there that watches this video, please make a class in your school called Common Sense. Please.
Common sense. Now, Becken, I can definitely say I don't know whether or not that's a good idea. Um,
Because we should have it, because people, like, first of all, the kids that think that rape is rape without knowing whether it's rape or not, first of all, because some children think that rape is getting touched without being, without wanting it. First of all, walking past somebody in a corridor and accidentally scrubbing up against them isn't rape. And common sense will make you learn that shit. That is why I want common sense to be a class from the first year to sixth.
now I can definitely say I don't know if that would actually be a class.
It would be
I don't know if
effective.
that would be. Well, I would definitely say that would be more of that would be more of an educational talk that has to do with rape. I can definitely say that wouldn't necessarily be a class
It
for
was
common sense.
it was an example. Okay.
True, an example, but I think that would more have to do with uh
But think kids. Like a kid said to one of my friends, which is 14. I know people are going to be like Beck and his friend with a 14-year-old. First of all, it's all fun and games, and it's just jokes. Like we just joke. We're just friends. It's just, I don't see why you can't be friends with somebody that's underage. It sounds weird, no matter how I pronounce it. Okay, calm down. Now,
don't worry. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I have friends of all types of ages. I mean, majority of my friends are friends on here that I actually play games with. We all play together. In fact, I welcome any and all regardless. Any and all regardless. Still, it matters not. I play with everybody just because well, I'm a friendly person. I'm cool with everybody.
pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, that's the best way that you can put it, Tekken. That's definitely the best way you can put it.
No, I'm just sick and tired of a 14-year-old thinking that she got raped by this guy just because he's stunned. Okay, also, there's this video that I think is a troll, but if it isn't, there's this girl that, okay, I want to be talking about this. This video is 10 years old, so keep that in mind. But this is something that would happen today. Now, this girl, she was drowning, then she was saved by a lifeguard, and she claimed that lifeguard, while he was saving her, even though there were several eyewitnesses clearly stating that he was not doing that, apparently statutory raped her, even though he saved her life, and he was
Now I
just
can
sitting and crying. And I think that's a bit. I think that's a joke because I can't believe somebody to be that stupid.
now I can definitely say, yeah, I've seen or heard stuff like that plenty of times, and I don't understand why people do such a thing, or why they have the feel or the need to do that.
I mean, she would
I
have
don't
died
understand that.
without him, but
Well, see, that's another thing. That's another thing because why? Look at what's going on nowadays. Male lifeguards, male paramedics, they're all afraid to try to save a woman's life. some of them are at least, and need to have a female paramedic or lifeguard present because of such things.
Which I
That's
think
another
is,
thing.
first of all,
That's
there's
that's
a
another thing. That kind of stuff, this kind of stuff needs to stop, ladies and gentlemen. Why? Why does this need to stop? Because what happens if a male paramedic is around and there is no female paramedic present? That the paramedic is gonna be afraid to want to save your life when that is his job. That
okay.
is his job to save your life. He is
If
not there.
if
He
you
is not there to.
are if you are a lifeguard or a paramedic or whatever the fuck on the ground at like during like one of these things, please don't worry, because on a beach there's always over 100 to 200 people at minimum, and those people will all be surrounding you at this point. So if she claims that you statutory raped her in front of 200 witnesses, she's okay. First of all, she has better luck fucking what is it?
Now see, I don't know 100% on stuff like that because, well, I can definitely say I don't know if there's going to be any bystanders who will come out with the truth because, it's the internet. Either it's the internet or it's public
No, no, no.
and people just
She went
want.
to court and she got absolutely her ass handed to her, as far as I know. And if she didn't, I am going to laugh at that judge. I will fly over to the States just to stand outside of their fucking house and laugh in their face, just to prove a fucking point. Because, first of all, stupidity, and secondly, I'm sick and tired of the sexist argument being done. Because
That's an argument that's never going to stop. That's that's just something that's going to be around.
I know.
That
I
that's
mean, I get it. Females make less money a year than males on
that
average.
Now
Nobody.
I know that's still a thing, and I hope to God that that does get fixed because I
I mean, that
mean
is in America, and they only state that in America. So I don't know if the rest of the world has the same problem. If it is,
maybe
please make me aware of it, because I want to know this shit.
of
Uh,
course same here. I want to know about this stuff too because education is definitely important, and I would like not to be ignorant about such things.
because all I've heard is that America has this problem, and also apparently there is a taboo about talking about your taxes, when in fact there is not anything wrong about talking about your taxes publicly. Like, talking about your taxes isn't illegal or anything, and people are just really shy about talking about their money, the amount they make, which I think is ridiculous. I make about $2,000 a month. I think that's about 22,000. No wait, yeah, 22,000. No, $220 a month. Yeah, about that number. And I make about that a month. And that's fine. I make barely enough money to escape. Nah, that's a joke. I have about $3,000 to $4,000 of sorry, not $3,000 to $4,000. I have $300 to spend on games and such a month if I really want to. So I am not suffering. The point that I'm trying to make is that if somebody makes more than you in a workspace, I'd like for you to bring it up with the work colleagues and the bosses and ask for a raise. Because unless there's a severity, like if you like, first of all, you can demand raises. Yeah, you understand what I mean.
Of course, I agree with Becken. Bring it up with your boss and
Yeah.
try to shoot your shot and see if you can get a raise.
And if
Because
not,
your
ask
boss,
the other people around you how much they are making a month, and see if you can convince them.
I mean, at this rate, shoot your shot because you never know.
Yeah.
Every opportunity that you miss is an opportunity that you may never get again.
Like Eminem says, what did he say? one opportunity in this moment to blow it, or yeah, you get it. You get what I mean.
Yes,
It's the
yes.
"Lose Yourself" song. I just don't. Would if you
I
had one
mean,
opportunity, would you catch it or will you let it go or something? I don't remember what he said. It's a very specific song. I love
back
every
in
damn people.
you may as well back out now while you can. You may as well back out now because you failed to quote it.
Yeah.
You've definitely failed to quote it. You back out now while you can. You're only asking for somebody in your comment section to start trolling you or trying to correct you in a horrific way.
Wait,
Save yourself, man. Save yourself while you can.
wait. Look, if you had one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in the moment, would you capture it or would you just let it slip? There you go. That's what it was. Sorry, I needed to look it up. I know. Before anybody shit on me, I love Eminem, but I struggle. His lyrics are hard to catch, people. God, I'm
Ladies and
sorry.
gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank the lot of you for coming to the stream. You, and I'm hoping we can, regardless of any of the various topics that we have talked about, the main topic here, the main topic that we intended to talk about, on top of all the other ones, the main topic was definitely bring awareness. Bring awareness about men having to deal with physical and verbal abuse. We want to spread the message. We want to see if we can make a. I don't just want to see. I'm hoping that we can possibly make a better community out of what we got right now. Because if not, if any of this continues, if possibly we can encourage people to break their silence, possibly things may just start getting better. I mean, as they always say, lead by example, guys. If we can if we can encourage people to come out, that might actually that may actually do them some good. That may actually encourage them to even get help. No man, including woman, including woman, no man or woman should ever have to live in fear of intimidation. No man or woman should ever have to be in silence, afraid to speak out. The reason why I'm including women on this as well is because not only do men go through it, women go through it too, but
Yeah, we
none of
all
us
know
should
they make
none
themselves
of us,
very loud. I'm sorry, I have to say it. They are the loudest community on the internet. They make
but
themselves
even
very loud.
but even so, guys, no man or woman should ever have to live with intimidation and fear.
Nope.
We need we should all we shouldn't be afraid to come out about this. Now, the reason I wanted to bring this to light is because I felt like this is very important. I really do. Now, guys, what each and every one of you can do, like I said, spread the word. Show somebody this stream. Share it publicly on a forum. Post it to social media. Do what you can. We want to try to get this message out to as many people as possible. I mean, I want to see the community get better. Gamers, non-gamers, it matters not to me. I want to see everybody as a community as a whole get better. That's that's what I want. That is the goal. That's what me and Becken want to see. I want I really want to see us do better. Because if not, then I don't see any of us getting any better at this point as a whole. Because look at what we've got right now. I mean, like Becken said, the world is kind of a fucked up place right now.
The
Regardless
war
with
with
all the
Ukraine, COVID, and the entirety of the internet being forcing itself down our throats is going to get worse and worse and worse. You can make it a better place.
exactly. Exactly. You know what, Becken, that is exactly that. You put that in a very in a very excellent way. And what he's saying is right, guys. You can make it a better place, a much better place than the state that it's in right now. Don't get me wrong, it is a good place right now, but it's still there's just some areas that need improvements. Don't be afraid to speak out. All right, guys? Don't be afraid to speak out at all. All right. So, ladies and gents, before I go, because we do have other stuff that we do need to take care of. The stream today, I want to thank a lot of you for coming out here. Everybody on Beck stream, thank you for coming out and showing your support. Whether or not anybody's watching, thank you all for all the support. We want to see the internet become a better place, a more healthier place.
Yeah.
And again, guys, demonstrate discipline by going outside. And if you're not able to go outside, my suggestion, you guys can give it a try. I don't know if it's going to work. I should be trying to do it a little more often, but I'm mostly busy, but when I do find time. Anyways, try and do some meditation. Meditation does take a lot of discipline, but it also does help. Mentally, it helps. It really does. The purpose of meditation is to lose focus and recenter your focus. It's mainly to help with discipline, emotionally, mentally in general. It does help you. It really does. I would suggest it for just about any and everybody who may be able to do it.
Or
So
if you have a best friend, or like also work on also. I recommend like going outside isn't many. I recommend trying to find new friends, meet somebody
exactly.
new, talk to somebody. Like because at the bar there's gonna be guys. I mean the guys are gonna try to get laid most likely.
Not even just at bars, but any social gathering you can find.
Yeah, you can meet LARPing. LARPing is an excellent one. You can do like LARPing. LARPing is cool. If you're into like games and shit, you can dress like you can dress like anything. And Comic-Con convention, Comic-Cons are awesome. You can meet so many like-minded people because you will find one from like Comic-Cons are filled with people that like what you like games. Games,
Not just games,
games,
but
movies, like pop
books.
culture in general. Like it's like,
Yeah.
guys, I implore every motherfucker. Like, I'm saying that as a term of endearment. I'm saying that to every motherfucker out there. Go and like try that shit because it's fucking life changing. It's fucking like I've never been to a Comic-Con, but I wanna go. Like I want to go to England, and I want to, or London. I think that there's a Comic-Con sometimes in London. I'm not sure if it's like unanimous to America. I'm not sure. And
But
I want to go with my Sith outfit, and I want to look really cool, and I want like I'm looking forward to that shit when I do it.
Even so, guys, do something with your mental health. Do not let yourself. Don't let yourself go. And you know what? I'm even saying this. I'm not just telling you guys. I'm inspiring you. Do something. Yes, at least try. Give it some effort. I mean, even now, I'm even trying to do it myself.
Yeah.
I mean, recently, I'm going to tell you this right now. And you know what? I'm even going to give you guys a suggestion here. I found this app that I use myself. It's called Boo. And initially it was supposed to be a dating app, but not only is it a dating app, it's an app that you can actually use. I can actually tell you this right now. I use it, and I've met so many good people.
Now,
And even this weekend, I'm telling you right now, I'm supposed to actually go out and actually hang out with somebody in a public. We're going to be hanging out in a public place, but even so, I'm going to be going out to meet somebody new
My boy
because
is getting lucky. No, I'm just entering.
but no, but just to meet somebody new because at this rate, I know a lot of you guys have friends right now and you know what I'm going to tell you right now, as time goes by, things are going to change. People are going to walk in and out of your lives. Things are going to happen. I mean, that's
I
the
mean,
way life goes.
I'm gonna recommend something to you guys. I had a best friend. He had a very bad illness that killed him. So I'm gonna say this right now. You never know if friends or if your life with your friends and family will be cut short. Also,
Exactly.
so
That is true.
spend. Don't okay. Like I'm doing with my mom. I'm seeing her once a month. Like I'm taking my time out of my schedule to take a weekend at my mom's place where we can talk. We can figure out what we've been doing, and we can figure shit out. Like that's what we're doing with mom. That way we can talk. Be there for each other. That's the idea, and it's one of my favorite things to do in this world. I implore you, if you have a loving parent or uncle, or I mean, an uncle could technically be a parent depending on the situation, but it's not important. Now,
Nonetheless,
yeah, like nonetheless, I recommend giving it a try. Spend like if you have moved out of your apartment, or sorry, we lived in an apartment. In case you're confused, it was a very big one, but it's not important. It was like Trump's. I'm not joking, but basically, she lives alone and she loves the company. Like, and she has so many friends, but she loves having her two sons over. And yeah. Also, another thing, when my brother asked me to move in with me, my brother lives with me. I don't know if I told anybody on this stream, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty obvious. I moved my computer like 6 times during this entire
second,
situation. Yeah.
I have to ask what's the point here?
Oh,
What
my point
exactly?
is that blood is thicker than water, but it doesn't necessarily have to be.
Yep, that is exactly. You know what?
That is quite a point.
That is definitely a logical point.
Yeah.
Also, guys, keep in mind,
I need to go to the toilet. I'll
family.
be right back.
Go ahead, go ahead, guys. Here's a good lesson. Family's not always going to be blood. I understand that. You're not going to get along with everybody, but the very least you can do is just, regardless whether or not you like somebody, that's going to be family. You may not always have contact with them. That I understand, but still, even if it's just your friends can be blood too. Keep in mind. Always keep in mind. Blood doesn't just have to be family. Blood can be friends too. All right? Always keep that in mind. Now, I would say a life philosophy, guys, that I would say to live by, that would at least be one of the other good life philosophies that I can implore. I would say live life to the fullest, have no regrets, learn as many lessons as you guys can while you can. Do not take anything for granted. Do not take anybody that is blood for granted, because you never know if their life can be cut short, like Beckon said. Because, believe it or not, I was actually told by somebody the one thing that still sticks with me to this day: life happens. You never know when, you never know how, but life happens. Somebody can be taken from this planet within a matter of seconds. But you never know whether or not somebody could have an illness and they're not going to speak about it because whether or not they feel just take this from me, guys. Take this from Becken. Life is short. Live your life to the fullest as much as you can while you can. Take a chance on something if you can. Take a chance on something as well, because you never know what the outcome is going to be. If there's a girl out there that you have a crush on, take a chance and ask her out. You never know if she's going to say yes or no. If there's a job out there that you really want, go for it. Go for it. Take that chance. You never know whether or not the employer is going to say yes or no. Fill out that application. Do not let opportunities pass you by. Because every time you do, that's just going to be another regret that you're going to live with, and you don't want to do that. All right, guys? Now, that's really all that I have to say here, guys. I mean, aside from all the other topics that we've talked about that we've jumped back and forth on, I want to thank a lot of you guys for coming out. I mean, I can definitely say, guys, I had no idea that I would even be doing this today. And of course, I want to give credit where it's due with Gandalf and Becken. And in fact, Gandalf has his own Twitch channel as well. Head over to his channel and give him a follow. Smiling Gandalf at twitchtv.com. Give him a follow. Drop him a follow, because he's definitely one of the people that I would suggest. Becken, go over to his channel as well, guys. Give him a follow too. If you haven't already followed him, when he gets back, I will go ahead and give you guys his Twitch so you guys can drop a follow on his channel too. Definitely. Two of the good people. And anything else? I'm not really sure. Probably after this, guys. After this, I'll probably I might do a stream for something. I might not. I mean, I'm not 100% sure on that. I haven't really decided. I think this might be just my stream for the day. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. You guys definitely are the best. Thank you for all the support that you've given. For sticking around, like I said again, thank you. You guys really do help. You guys definitely give me a purpose to keep this channel up and running. You give me a reason to keep streaming. I can definitely say you guys, all of you out there, are my favorites. I mean, I can definitely say I've had some interesting moments at times when I've streamed, a lot of good laughs, a lot of good times. There have been also some times where I can definitely say I've gotten mad at things or spurted out things in anger. I mean, regardless of all that, you guys have chose to stick around, so I thank you guys for that. Well, guys, I'm going to end my stream here, but like I said, guys, do me a favor. Spread the word. Do what you guys can. If we can get this out to as many people, that will definitely help. Now, I'm going to end my stream here, guys. If any of you watching haven't already dropped a follow, do so right now. Do so right now. If you guys want to continue to see more stuff, I mean, this is only just the beginning. This stream right here, what I'm doing right now, this is only just the beginning. I don't know if there's going to be other times where I'm probably going to do more stuff like this. But also keep in mind, I don't mind interacting with you guys. I don't mind playing with you guys if any of you are on PC. If you want to play something with me, feel free to message me on Discord and ask. My Discord is Midget Gone Wild 1, same as my Twitch. And of course, if you'd like, I also have a public server here where you guys can head over to. Hold on, let me pull up the name here. Yes. Yes, the Discord here is Midget Gone Wild One's public server. This is my server, guys. You guys can come over here. I want to build a community where we all can get along as individuals. I want us to build a community and demonstrate to everybody out there that we are good people. I want to show everybody that we're not the brainless primates that we are. Well, that to put this in a good way, I want to demonstrate to people that they're not alone out there. You're not alone, guys. You don't have to stay silent. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and end my stream here, guys. You all have a good rest of your day. Thank you for attending. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the support. I want you all to have a very good rest of your day, night, afternoon, wherever you guys are, regardless of the time. Stay safe out there and stay in good mental health. Talk to anybody that you can if you are having a hard time. If you're having a bad day, talk to somebody if you can. All right. I'll see you all later. All right. Uh, okay, I don't know where Beacon is currently at right now, but all right. Beacon, hello? Beacon. 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 Hello. All right, well, you know what, ladies and gents? I'm gonna go ahead and I am gonna head out right now. If anybody is watching on Beckon's stream, let him know that I have currently left and I went off to do God knows whatever. But again, guys, thank you for watching. All right, I will see you guys later.
Okay, people, so I'm gonna end the stream right now. Thank you guys so much for coming. I apologize for this that I had to leave. I was wondering what you guys were talking about. I was a bit busy, toilet and all of that. So I'll talk to you guys later.